Oh, there he went. Had to really talk him into it there. Oh, look at that. Look at that perch. Hey everybody, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm Kurt WALBECK. On this week's show, we're chasing perch here in northwest Wisconsin. It's the month of March. We're just about done in our ice season. In fact, coming out today, we had to be really careful. You can see we've got our spikes around our neck and we had to pull out a little bit. We actually had to walk over some planks to get out onto the ice. Now, once we're on the ice, we're in great shape. There's plenty of ice here, but it's that proverbial time of year where ice is going fast, and I love this time of year. Late March is my favorite time of year to fish. The sun's nice and warm. You're out in just a sweatshirt, and the fish, well, they're pretty active. Love it when you're dropping your bait down and you see them coming to meet you. You know that's a good sign when they're coming to meet you. It's coming up. There you go. I like it when they make the drag squeal a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. Northwest Wisconsin perch. Look at that. Incredible. I love catching perch. They're one of my favorite fish to catch and to eat. Hopefully a sign of good things to come. What I'm using today is just a very, very small bullfly jig. It's new from VMC. It's a very, very small tungsten jig with just a little bit of hair on the jig, and then I'm just tipping it with a waxworm. And the one I'm using today is gold, and I like to use gold for perch. Any type of metallic colors, gold, copper, silver, anything like that for perch seem to work very, very well. I think they like that flash. And this bullfly jig is very tiny. It's probably a 16th ounce jig, so it takes a little bit to get down there, but they seem to like it.
They're pretty fish, aren't they? They just got this good mixture of barring with it. Gold fins. Beautiful fish. And they taste good. There he is. That one actually hit that thing pretty good. Get him back down the hole. They're tapping at it a little more aggressively right now. I don't know if it's the sun coming up a little bit. There's a fish.
Oh yeah, this one feels a little bit better. Get him out of my transducer cable. There we go. That's what we're looking for. He's all flared out, all mad. You know, I love March perch fishing, any kind of pan fishing, to be honest. In the month of March, it's just great. You know, the weather today, I think they're talking 58 degrees for a forecast today. It's probably pushing 50 right now. You're out here in just a sweatshirt, you can catch fish like that. Amazing. Well, there's more down there. We're gonna hop back down and see if we can find a couple more. Running out of room. I had to go high for that one. I was just about out of arm length on that. Well, we've got a couple more fish down here, so I think we'll see if we can talk them into biting.
This time here, it's just like I think you strap on the food bag and go.
There he bit. Boy, I tell you, it's not much of a bite. Just your slow lift, and all of a sudden just some pressure on the line. And there they are. Now this guy will go back. He's not a keeper, but there's more down there, so we'll get back down to him. See if we can find a couple more to take home for the fry pan. Nope, another fish coming off the bottom as soon as I'm coming down to it. I love that because that means there's some active fish there. That one looks like he was a bit small. And that's the thing, a lot of times I've noticed when you're watching fish on your electronics, those first fish that seem to attack your bait when you're dropping down tend to be those smaller fish. And sometimes you got to get down to them to get to some of the bigger fish that are below. The bigger fish are usually not quite as aggressive, but there's more fish down there, so we're gonna get back down and see if we can get on them here. There he is. I love that when they come up off the bottom like that. Oh yeah, look at that. What a ton of fun. I tell you what, when you get the chance to go perch fishing or any panfish in the month of March, take the opportunity to go.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Ice Force by Rapala and Strike Master.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Well, we're here on the Mississippi River right outside of LaCrosse, Wisconsin. It's the month of March, so we're down here fishing for perch with Mike McCormick from McCormick's River Guide Service. And most of the ice on the river today coming out had been pretty broke up, or some of it's even gone. So we brought Mike's airboat out here onto the water today, and I tell you what, it's a little bit different going ice fishing when you're in open water, back on ice, back on open water, and then back on the ice. We're on a small bay here just outside the main channel on the Mississippi River, and we probably got maybe 8 inches of ice at the most, but you look out 100 yards and it's open water around us. So a little bit different situation for ice fishing for sure. Now our goal today is not just any perch. We're looking for those big 13-inch, 14-inch, and possibly even 15-inch perch that call the Mississippi River home. We had an opportunity last year to come here and fish with Mike, and I was really impressed with the size and number of the perch that we found. So looks like it's going to be a great day. The temperatures are great. We got a little bit of a fog starting to lift this morning. Sun's supposed to come out later today. We're hoping for a great day here on the Mississippi River.
That's a good one. There we go. Nice fat one.
So at the end of the year, we're here finishing up our ice fishing season, and some guys are out in the boats fishing walleyes, and we're finishing up the ice season here, standing on the ice trying to catch perch. And the depths that we're typically targeting at this time of year, probably anywhere from 7 feet of water to probably 1.5 feet of water. It all depends on what kind of weeds are down there and what kind of food sources are there.
Oh, there you go.
That's a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the size of that one.
Good belly on that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully get a few more of them.
Yeah, I think we can get some bigger ones than this today.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we've got to know Mike through the years working on his boats. We can do his maintenance work, repair work on his boats. He's been running one of our boats for a couple of years now. It keeps him out working, keeps us working. It's a good relationship. The airboat we're using today is a 15-foot by long, 8-foot wide boat. It's pretty stable. It's nice for coming on and off the ice. It keeps you a little more level. Gives you a little safer feeling when you're coming off the ice. It's got a 6.2 liter GM fuel injected engine in it. About 430 horsepower engine. Makes a nice package for running around in open water, coming on and off the ice. Just makes a generally safe boat.
There we go.
You know, the airboat has really kind of revolutionized the ability for you to get out to some of these spots and fish, hasn't it?
Yeah, and plus it keeps us safe. I mean, it's a great tool for safety. I mean, you don't never have to worry about checking the ice before we go. I mean, we can just go to where we're going and get out, start fishing on the good ice. You know?
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, leaving the landing this morning on ice, and then all of a sudden dropping into open water and coming across open water and then back on the ice to fish. That's a little different situation. I don't think we get that only when we come fish with you.
Yeah, everybody's first experience with that is they always grab a hold pretty heavy on the handles, and then after a while they get pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I like when I take the little kids, I always like to ask them, "What'd you think of that?" It's always interesting to see what they say.
That was feeling some drag, Mark.
That one was a real good one.
Caught on the ice there.
Oh, he's shaking his head like he's a perch.
It's a perch, I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, it's like real good. Just came up.
I'll take your time with it.
Smacked it. Oh boy.
Oh, look at that mark.
Yeah, that's a big one right there.
So these perch at this time of the year are kind of getting their last feeding in before they're heading north for their migration to go do their spawn. So this late ice bite here, usually they'll stay under the ice until the ice is gone, and then they'll move on to go do their spawn. So we got a day or two left of this, and they'll be gone out of here.
You know, one of the questions that comes up a lot, I know people ask us this, you know, from fishing with you in the past, when you're fishing the boundary waters, the boundary between Wisconsin and Minnesota, here on the Mississippi River, what do you need for license? Do you need anything special?
No, you need to carry a paper copy of your fishing license, and you can use a Wisconsin or a Minnesota.
So either state license works on a boundary water?
Yep, either state, and then, yeah, and just a paper copy because it's a federal waterway.
Okay, so paper copy, if I know Wisconsin has the Go Wild card, you can get the card, or in many cases I just carry my driver's license and they look it up that way, but you just go on the web then and print out a copy for these boundary waters?
Yes. Some guys will actually do more of they'll just stick a photo of it on their phone and then they'll just carry that with them.
Okay, so a photo is fine as well. Okay. Well, that's probably an important thing to note, is that on these boundary waters, and I think a lot of that is because with the reciprocity, Minnesota warden may not have the ability to look up your Wisconsin information and vice versa, so that's why paper copy is required, right?
Right. I mean, we have federal wardens that are also protecting or watching this area, and then we got both Minnesota and Wisconsin wardens too.
But no other special licensing, just a license from either Wisconsin or Minnesota?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, there's a good one.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Looks like a good one.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Bulldog and he had the hole.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Look at that mark.
Nice perch. All kinds of them today. Oh yeah. They got some real good fight in them, that's for sure.
Well, today we're using the gold-colored spoon, tipped with some spikes. Going down, maybe touch the bottom with it, and then bring it up and shake it about a foot off the bottom. They just come up and hammer that thing. Well, if you're gonna come out and fish with us, you're gonna need a medium rod, probably with a little bit softer tip, but a pretty good sized backbone. These things got a lot of fight in them, and you're gonna need at least 4-pound test, because they'll run you around the hole quite a few times. So.
Doubled up on that one. Both hit at the same time. Now, what are the limits here for folks that want to take fish home to eat? Because these perch are wonderful. What are the limits here on the Mississippi River?
As of this year now, there'll be 15 fish per person. 15
fish per person, okay, gotcha. So that's a pretty liberal limit. You can, especially with the size of some of these fish, that's a pretty good feed if you can take 15 fish home.
Yeah, you get 15 of these, you're gonna get a good meal out of that, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Cold Nation Outdoors and Mountain Dew.
I tell you what, these perch are a ton of fun. He's just going around the hole. Look at, boy, they are certainly active. Look at that. Beautiful Mississippi River perch. I tell you folks, if you're interested in coming down here, you've got to give it a try. Give Mike McCormick at McCormick's River Guide Service a call. All of his information is right here on the screen. And we hope that you'll join us again here next week, when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the U.S., around Canada, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV. Awesome fish.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Markham Technologies and Venom Outdoors.
Oh, you just stay over there. There's nothing happening over here.
Tell you this, but a fish belongs in water. That's natural. I think we should round them all up. We'll just dump that whole pail right next to them.
Don't put that on camera.
Come on now, I caught all 3 of those fish.
I'm like lost, like a deer headlight. Look, we'll do that one again.
And he was busy making lunch.
Give me an A for effort.
Did I say it right?
It's like, where am I going?
That doesn't happen very often.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Otter and PK Lures.